What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. I am Lindsay. Today I am joined by the team over at WP Social. This is a WordPress plugin that lets you add social logins, counters, and share buttons of different styles to your website. It is available on AppSumo right now, starting at $39 for a lifetime deal. But before we dive into the tool, I just want to tell y'all a few quick things. The first, if you want to tell us a little bit about your use case, why you're interested in this tool, you can go ahead and do that over in the chat room. The second thing, if you have any questions about the tool, the deal, how to get set up, you can go ahead and leave those questions in the Q&A box down below this video. We will circle back to them at the end of the walkthrough. We also have some teammates from the WP Social team on standby to answer your questions as they come in. But if you're watching this in the replay, you can stay tuned to the end for some questions. And of course, if you need to step out or if you just want to watch this again later, the replay will be available shortly after we're done recording. All right, that is enough of me. Hey, Ashraf, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for inviting us here.
Absolutely. I am so glad to have you. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to you for our walkthrough. Let me know when you're ready to take some questions.
All right. Welcome and thanks all of you for joining us here in this webinar. I will walk you through one of the finest social share and login plugins for WordPress. Its name is WP Social Share. This plugin has been developed by WP team. Currently, it offers mainly 4 features. The first one is the social login. The second one is the social share. The third one is the social counter. And the last one of the list is the login page customizer. And with tons of flexible features and options that will blow your mind. And it's super easy to use. All these features have something to do with sharing your articles and posts in different types of social media platform like the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Gmail, WhatsApp, or Skype. Or you can also show your social media followers, fans, and subscribers number on your webpage. And it's super easy to use. We'll start with the login option, the social login option. When you have an existing account, it might be your Facebook, it might be your Twitter or LinkedIn or GitHub. You can use those existing accounts to log in your WordPress dashboard with some few steps. All right, then let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what's going on here. All right. So this is the dashboard. I'm using my local host. And after you have installed the WP Social plugin, and by the way, if you don't know about how to install the plugin, we have videos on YouTube. You can search WP Social and how to install the WP Social. You might get the video of installing how you can get this in your WordPress dashboard. OK, so after you have installed the plugin, now it's super easy to use it. So navigate to WP Social. In the left side, you'll find that option. Then go to Social Login. OK, so inside of the social login page, you'll basically have 3 tabs. The first one is the global settings. The second one is the providers. And the last one is the style settings. Inside of the global settings, you'll have so many options. And all these options have something to do with where you want to show the login button. OK, and it might be your WP login page. It can be the register page. It can be the comment page or WooCommerce login page, WooCommerce register page, and so on and on. OK, so from here, I'm going to be using, and by the way, at the bottom, you have the shortcut option. Using the shortcut option, you can show the login button wherever you want to use. It's very flexible, you know. OK, so from here, I'm going to be using the login button into the login page. So to do this, I have to enable this option. After I have installed or enabled this option, and I'll have 4 more options, like where I want to show the login button. It can be at the middle, it can be head, it can be footer, or inside of the message section. I would like to show the login button at the footer. OK, then I have to go all the way down and save it. OK, after you have done this, now you have to go to the providers option. Inside of the providers option, you'll have around 9 different types of options like the Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, GitHub, Drupal, and so on. You can use your favorite platform that you want to use to log in your WordPress dashboard. For now, and to keep the thing simple, I want to use the GitHub option. To do this, to use it, you need to enable it first of all, then you'll find a setting option, okay? If you open the setting option, you'll find some basic text and some guidance about how you can get the necessary credential to enable this option, okay? So in order to collect the necessary credential, we have detailed documentation and video on YouTube that you can see to collect your necessary credential, okay? To get those options, you can visit wpmet.com. From there, you'll find WP Social landing page, okay? So this is the WP Social landing page. You'll find lots of information here. I want you to see all of the information to know more about this plugin. Okay, so inside of this landing page at the top, you'll find the documentation link. You'll find the roadmaps. You can see what's going on with the plugin and what is the upcoming feature. And if you go to the roadmaps from here, inside of the roadmaps, you can also share your ideas, what you need in future with the plugin, and we'll welcome your idea and take it seriously and try to implement this one as soon as possible. Okay, so share your idea here and inside of the roadmap. And if you want to know how to use or collect the necessary credential, like the GitHub that we are going to use for now, go to the docs. After that, you'll find the documentation page. From here, you need to go the GitHub option. I opened it already just to get the thing simple and save your time. Okay. And there you can see the detailed guideline with the screenshot. What you have to do is step-by-step guidance, and it's super easy to follow this documentation and collect your necessary credential. Okay. So after you have done it, it's super easy. After you have done it, you have to come back to this page, then go to the settings area. There you have to put your app ID and app secret. Okay. So let's see what you have inside of the buttons. So inside of the buttons, you can change the label text and in logout option and in login option and the logout label text. You can change from here. If you go to the users, they'll also find some shortcut and the link, and using the shortcut and the link, you can specifically show this a button anywhere you want. Okay. After you have done all these things, save it. It's very simple. Okay. I'm saving it. Now go to the style settings. Okay. Inside of the style settings, you'll find ready-made three ready-made templates. The first one is label with icon. The second one you have with only icon. And the third one you have with only label. Okay. No icons here. So choose any of them that you want to use. For now, I would like to use the first one. Okay. With label and icon, then I'll save it. After that, it's time to see the output. Okay. Log out from here. Now there at the bottom, you can see there's an option, log in with GitHub. Click here. And if it's the very first time for you, it might ask you for the authorization. Just click OK and OK. That will be very fine. All right. So after you have done it, it's time to see another option. Our next option is going to be the social share. Okay, it's super easy to use. If you feel new to it, if you don't know how to use it properly, you can ask us for the support. In the support channel, we'll help you. We have live support system also for 24 hours. The support members will help you to get this working for you as soon as possible. Okay, don't worry about this. Now it's time to see our second main option, which is the social share. In order to use the social share, again, you have to go social share, then go to the social share option from here. You'll find an inner menu, which is the social share. Okay, this is the dashboard, social, WP social, then go to the social share. All right, so they'll also find three tabs. The first tabs where you'll find the font option. If you want to use the default font of your theme, you can use from here. Just enable this option. Okay. And then you have, again, the shortcut option. Okay. We'll see the shortcut option, how to use it. Okay. Don't worry about this. After that, you have the providers option. Now, inside of the providers option, you'll find around 15 different types of platform that you can use. And inside of this platform, you can share your articles and post. It's super easy. Okay, so from here, I'm going to be using Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can enable all of them, but just to keep the thing simple, I want to use 3 of them. Okay, after you have done it, if you open any of the settings, they'll find the default social counter, then the below the text, okay? And you'll find the label, okay? Like if you want to change the below text, it's now share. By default, it comes share, but you can change it, or you can also change the label from here. I don't want to touch any of this, okay? I just want to save it. All right. Now, if you go to the style settings, they'll find so many options, pro features, and around 30 different type of ready-made design. Okay, you don't have to think about the design. It's very modern and quite beautiful. Okay, you'll also have the hover option. You'll have the content area option, fixed option. Okay, we'll walk you through every options. Okay, one by one, but let's enable it first of all. You'll find it disabled, but let's enable it. So when you'll try to enable it, you'll find 4 options. The first one is the disable option. Okay. Second one is the after content. That means the social share buttons will show after the content. Okay. Now I want to show it after the content just for now. Then I need to go all the way down at the bottom and save it. Okay. Now let's see how we can use it. So to use it, we need to see the post. I have 2 posts, the hello world, the default post, and a long text post. Okay, so let's open the long text post and scroll down. There at the bottom of the content, I can see the social share buttons. If I click on Facebook, it will take me to the Facebook. Currently, I'm using the local host. That means I cannot share it. Okay, now if you go to the LinkedIn, it will ask you to log in. Okay, so this is how we can share everything here. Let's discover the options for now. So this is after content. Let's select the before content and go all the way down and save it. Again, come here and refresh it. Now the social buttons are showing before the content. After content, no buttons. Okay, now in some of the cases, you need to show the buttons at the top, also at the bottom. Okay, on that case, you can select this both option, the last one. Select this one, go all the way down, save it, come here, and refresh it. All right, very simple. The social share buttons are showing at the top, also at the bottom. But imagine you don't have this long content. You have 4 or 5 lines of posts or articles. On that time, this is definitely not logical to show the buttons at the top, also at the bottom. Okay, it won't look good. For example, let's open the default Hello World post. There you can see it's showing only one place. Okay. The reason it's showing only one place, that means not showing at the top, also at the bottom, that means because I have specifically selected this page to show where I want to show the buttons. For example, let's go to the settings and see what I'm trying to mean. At the bottom of this page, you'll find global settings. If you select the global settings, update it and preview it, it's showing at the top, also at the bottom. It's a global settings. Global settings mean this option. Whatever you select from here, from this admin option, it will be applied for all the pages. For this long text, also for the short text. But for this page, I don't need to show the login buttons at the top, also at the bottom. So that's the reason we also have created an individual option that you can use to show the login buttons for this specific page. If you don't want to show any buttons for this page only, you can disable it. Or if you want to show the login buttons after the content, then you have this option after the content. Okay. Now I'm selecting the after the content, then I'm updating it. Now let's see the output. There it is. All right. Now we have learned about the content option. Let's see what we have inside of the hover option. Okay. By default, it will select that none. But from here, you can select top tooltip, right tooltip, bottom tooltip, left tooltip, and some other options. From here, I'm going to be using the top tooltip option. Okay, so I'll select this one, then I'll go all the way down, save it. This is the page, refresh it. Now, if I hover on the button, I can see how many share has already been done, and I can see the number at the top of the button. All right. After that, we have the style option. Style with a bit of gap and black color, and this is a bit of shadow, round shape, border option, and border with round shape, label, and so many options. So I'll select this one. Okay, then I'll go all the way down, then I'll save it, update it, refresh it. Yes, this is another one. Okay, imagine you need to use those buttons in a vertical position. What will you do? We have a vertical style here. Click on the vertical style, then choose any of the vertical style that you want to use. For the vertical style, I would like to use this one. Okay, now save it, come here and refresh it. All right, this is the vertical style. All right, so what if you need to use these buttons in a fixed position of the screen, like you want to show the buttons at the left side or in the right side? What will you do on that time? Okay, all right. So to do this, you need to go this fixed display option. Come here. Inside of the fixed display option, you'll see left floating. That means the share buttons will show at the left side of the screen. Then you have the right floating, top inline, and the bottom inline with screen with images, so that you can actually see in the preview that how it will look like. Okay, I want to show those buttons at the right side of the screen. So I'll select this option, right side, and I don't want to use any hover animation for now. Okay, then update it, come here and refresh it. So there in the right side, you can see this share buttons in a fixed position. Okay, so let's see another style so that it will look like good. I will use vertical style and I'll select this option. Okay. All right, now save it. Come here, refresh it. Okay, there in the right side, I can see that it's a fixed position here. So this is all about the things you need to know in order to start working with the social share. But one thing is missing is that I haven't talked about the shortcut option. So let's see how you can use the shortcut option. Like if you want to use the shortcut option at the middle of this articles, I want to show the middle of this article, the share buttons. So to do this, we need to use the shortcut option. Come back to the social share tab, then select any of the shortcut you want to use. I want to use the first one. Then I'll go to this page, this one, edit page. Okay, so at the middle, I want to use the shortcut. I'll take the shortcut block. There it is. Update it. Now let's see the preview. There in the middle, I have the social share buttons. All right, so this is all about the things you need to know in order to start working with the social share. Now it's time to talk about the last option. No, sorry, not the last option. The third option, which is the social counter. Okay. Okay, so in order to use the social counter, again, navigate to social share, then you'll find the social counter option. Okay, I'll open it in a new tab. After that, again, you'll find the three tabs, the counter settings, providers option, and the style settings. So inside of the counter settings, the first option and an important option you'll find here is the caching hour. Caching hour means, for example, it's selected 1 hour, or by default, it comes with 12 hours. That means in every 12 hours or in every hour, it will take an auto refresh and find the updated data or fetch the updated data from your API, and it will show in your WordPress dashboard, or it will show your website. Okay, so this is the caching hour. By default, it comes with 12 hours, but you can reduce it to 1 hour, or you can extend it. But I want to keep it default 12 hours. Okay, that means in every 12 hours, it will take a refresh and give me the updated data. Then you have, again, the font family option and the shortcut option. All right. After that, if you go to the providers, they'll find around 9 different type of providers. Okay. You can use any of the providers that you want. So from these providers, I would like to use Facebook, Twitter, and the YouTube. Okay. So in order to use them, enable it, then you'll find the setting option. Okay. If you click on the setting option for the Facebook, you'll only need the Facebook ID or the domain name of the Facebook. That means the Facebook username of your page or the page ID. Any of them you can use. For now, it's XPD Studio, which is the username of the page. This is the only thing I need. Then you have the default fans and fans text and the label. Okay. So to enable it, you'll only need this one, then click Save Change. All right. Now let's see how we can use it. They'll find mainly 2 ways to use it. The first one is using with a widget, and the second one is a shortcut. Okay, you have already learned about the shortcut, so let's see how we can use the widget to use or to show this data on your web page. Currently, I'm using Astro theme free version, and in order to use the widget, go to Appearance. After that, you'll find the widget option. Okay, inside of the widget option, you'll find the counter widget, WSLU social counter. Just drag in the widget. I'd like to drag in this sidebar. Okay. After that, you'll find the style option and the hover option. For now, I'd like to keep it simple. I don't want to change any of them for now. I want to just update it. Okay. So let's see the output of this one. This is the page, and this is the output, the Facebook option. All right. Now let's see some of the designs we have for the Facebook. This is the Facebook counter. All right. So beside the Facebook, let's enable the Twitter. Okay. So when you're trying to enable the Twitter, you'll need a different type of credential. Like you'll need the Twitter username and the access token. Again, if you don't know how to collect the access token or the username, go through the documentation of us. We have given a detailed guideline with video how you can collect the necessary credential to show your Twitter followers on your website. Okay, you can collect them easily. Just collect them and paste them here, save it, then update it, enable it, then go to YouTube, enable it. And if you click on the setting of the YouTube, you'll need, if you need to define it's a channel or the user, then you have to give the username and the API key. Again, go through the documentation to collect the necessary credential. It's super easy. Okay, save it, enable it. Now let's see the output. Okay, so this is the output. Now let's change the styles and the settings. Okay, remember when you will be working with the widget, you need to change the style from the widget area. Okay, if you change from here, this global option, this setting, it won't affect there. So what you have to do, you have to change the settings from the widget area. Okay, because you're trying to use the social counter with the widget. So go to the widget, they'll find the style option and the hover option. Okay, so from the style option, let's select a random one, and from the hover, select top tooltip. Save it, done. Come here and refresh it. Okay, so this is the top tooltip, and also the style that you have chosen randomly. All right, now let's see how we can use them in shortcut, with the shortcut. Okay, this is the shortcut option. Copy the shortcut, come back to the sidebar once again. Let's remove this one, and to use the shortcut, we'll need only the text widget. Paste the shortcut here, remove the number. Okay, save it, done it. Come here and refresh it. All right. Now we can change the style from here. So first of all, I would like to use this option, this top site top, this hover animation. Okay. Go all the way down, save it, and see the output. All right. Okay. Now let me introduce you some of the styles we have. And let's select which one, this one. Okay. Save it. Come here and refresh it. All right. So it's very easy to use the social counter option. Super easy to use, as I told you at the beginning of the video. Now let's talk about the last feature we have is the login page customizer. Using this feature, you can customize your WordPress login page. It's super easy to do. So to do this, you need to go appearance. They will find WP login, social login customizer option. Come here. Okay. So they'll find around 6 to 7 different type of ready-made design, like this one. This one is the default one that we know. We have seen it. This is the first one. And this is the second one with a bit of dark version. And this is the completely white version. And this is a dark version, simple one. This is another one. This is another one. Okay. So what I want to do before using it, I want to disable the enabled features that we have already used. Let's disable them and use our last one. All right. In order to see the output, we need to go to the login page. So to do this, let's open the page in incognito mode. Okay. Log out from here. Okay, so this is the login page that we want to customize. So to customize this page, first of all, let's select one. I would like to select which one? Okay, let's use this one, this first option. Publish it, come back to the logout page, login page, refresh it. All right, and this is the output. Let's log in. Yes, it's working. All right, now let's see how we can customize this one. Okay, in order to customize it, let's change the background color of this one. Click here, they'll find the background option. Upload a background. This is the photo that I would like to use. All right. You can also change the logo and this login buttons. Let's change the login buttons color from here. All right, update it. Go to the output and refresh it. Okay, so this is how you can change the login page customizer. And the things I have showed you is super easy to use and easy to start with. All right. And it's time to take your questions and answer.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for walking us through that. Sumo if you have any questions, you could throw them in the Q&A box now. Right now, I just have a couple. So the first one is, how does this plugin affect page load times and speed, etc.?
Yeah, it's super fast to do. As far as we have discovered recently before the last release. If your base page is 100 kilobytes, it might take 125 kilobytes extra, and 0.25 kilobytes is nothing, and it's super easy to load. And it takes sometimes 4 seconds, sometimes 3 seconds or 2 seconds to load the entire page when you have long content in a web page.
Awesome, thank you. And then the other question, Sumolings love to know what's on a roadmap. what do they have to look forward to once they get the lifetime deal?
Well, yeah, we'll keep on updating new features based on the user requirements. That's the reason we have given the roadmaps, and go to the roadmap and see what kind of things we have. Currently, I'm not aware of what kind of features are coming. Our developers can say better about if you go to the live chat option, they'll also tell you that what kind of features that we're currently working on, or you can see the roadmaps. And all the features that are available in the roadmaps, we are trying to implement them as soon as possible, and we're quite fast at doing it.
Amazing. I'm always so impressed with how quickly engineers get these things done because it's a foreign language to me entirely. Those are all the questions that we have right now. So thank you so much for such a thorough walkthrough. And Sumo Links, if you have not already, you can redeem your codes at appsumo.com/WP-social. And this is available for $39 for a lifetime deal. And of course, it's backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So you can go ahead, get set up, play around with it, and see how it works for you. Once you've done that, please leave your reviews on the deal page. We love to hear how much you're loving the product. And if you have any more questions, you can leave those on the deal page as well. Thank you, Ashraf, for hanging out with us. It has been a blast. I hope you have a good one.
Thank you so much.